Hey, good morning. A couple things we're going to go over in this video. Number one, camping. What that was like now that I've had a couple of days to think about it. This is Reggie, my little buddy. Me come on a camping trip. Oh, good boy. I want to install a couple of useless add-ons to the truck. So let's talk camping. Camping was good. I always loved getting away for an adventure, but the back was very uncomfortable. So my wife slept in the front seat and I slept in the back. And I think if it was just one person, it would have been great, because you could fold the front seats over and then scooch them all the way up, and that would have gave a lot more room for the back seat, and I think I could have stretched out better. I think I would have slept better. So I think solo truck camping, I think in the cab would be okay. However, my wife really wants to come on some of the trips, so we are going to continue on building the truck camper. So it's just an aluminum ring. It's a pretty tight fit. They have this tape put in here to help make it so it's a little narrower and sticks to the knob better. Something else I want to show you is this Garmin watch that I got. It's the Garmin Instinct Tactical, and the reason I got it is I wanted something that's really lightweight. I really don't wear any jewelry. I have a built-in GPS, and so here in Colorado, one of the problems that you have is you could go hiking on a trail, you could go for a 14er hike, and having the GPS to know how far back to camp, or if there was blizzarding up there, you could still get back. This will connect to actual GPS satellites instead of trying to use location services off of my phone, which in most places we've been, there's no cell phone signal here. That's something you may have seen in the last video. It's how the antenna was bouncing around driving down the road. I don't listen to the radio. I mean, I might listen to satellite. That's it. So I got this. Let's see if it fits. All right, there we go. Hopefully you can see this. I'm supposed to replace the original rubber on here. See how well this works. I've done this before in other cars where you just kind of screw it on to the one that's on there before, but the fact that it replaces the original is kind of neat, and it fits on there good. I like that. This one's a little different. Come on, there we go. Cool. Nice little fix. I love it. Same color as the truck. Sweet. Well, great news. Satellite radio works with our shorty antenna. Last update on the truck for a little bit. I'm gonna put that on there, and I think it gives me enough blue accent. Okay, well, there we go. I definitely like that. I feel like it's enough accent in here for blue. Cool. So that's the upgrades on the truck. Antenna, knobs, pedal, blue here. Like I said, enough blue for now. All right, guys, we're going to go over through a little bit of a review of some products that I've got for the camper, truck camper. Never heard of this brand, but I like the way it looked and I like the specs. It says it can get to freezing very quickly. It also is not very wide, but it's tall. I'll show you this in just a second. We're going to go over a couple of accessories. First accessory is car charger, and it's got a really long cord. Here is, AC hookup for it. I think I'm going to use the AC hookup right now, and we're going to see how long it takes for this to cool down. I'm going to put a thermometer in it and see how long it takes to get cold. I'll start a timer. All right, it also comes with handles, but I'm not going to put the handles on it because where I'm going to be installing this in the truck, I would be just pulling the handles off here soon anyways. I don't feel like I'm going to be using this without it being inside the truck anyway. Okay, here you can see what it looks like. You can see it's very tall. Can lift this up. It locks really tight. And then you can see it's got this nice basket. So obviously the middle grate can come out. It's got like its own separate container here. You can't really see that well. It's perfect depth for like a bunch of waters or some drinks, that maybe like a carton of milk and some sodas. And then this one is very deep. Let's get this plugged in and see how fast this thing cools down. So it says hold for 3 seconds to turn on. Well, let's look at the temperature. Does this turn up and down? 32. All right, let's set, so 32 is freezing. Let's set it to 29. Let's set it to like 25. All right, so it says touch plus or minus. Keep holding for fast adjustment. Press both of them to switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So that's kind of cool. Let's test that. All right, 21 degrees Celsius. Oh, you don't push and hold it. You just tap it. That's kind of weird. Whatever. Pushing and hold it didn't seem to do anything. All right, next thing I found that was really cool is this right here. Battery protection. So you can turn it low, medium, or high. So when it's running on your battery, you can tell it when it's going to switch on or off. So if its battery protection is high, it's obviously going to switch off pretty early. If it's on low, it's going to get down to like 9 volts. As soon as the battery's charged back up to 10, be turning back on. So that is great. So you don't have to worry about accidentally draining your battery. So if you're running on your truck, don't run your battery out. So far I'm pretty impressed. We're at 71 degrees there, just like I thought. And it is 6:29, so we turned it on a couple minutes ago. So I'll say 6:25. See how long this takes. But this is what I was saying about the name. I've not heard of this one before, but I think I'm gonna have good success with this. Okay, so we said we started at 25, so it's now been pretty much exactly 30 minutes, and we're down to 48 degrees from 71. That's really nice. That's going quick. That is way faster than anything I've used yet. Guys, about a minute or two ago, refrigerator just shut off. It's at 27 degrees. So let's see here. We started at 18:25, so that cooled down quick. We're at like what, 45 minutes, and this thing is already below freezing. Perfect refrigerator temperature, super fast. This thing is awesome. I can't wait for this to be in the truck. All right, here's the cooker we got. Just looks like your standard kind of Coleman. It's not a Coleman brand. Just uses the small propane tanks. But I like this one because it was blue, matched the truck. The other thing that I liked about it is because of the way that I'm building the truck camper, I like that this lifted off. So depending on where this was sitting, that this wasn't right on the bottom and this getting hot. Let's see what else we got. I like this burner here in the middle. Let's pull out some of the accessories. One of them is this. Let me get your little forks. All right, I guess we'll see what we'll end up actually using that for. I do like that it's got the little forks on there. Maybe we'll be able to use that for a little fish fry. Let's get into some of my ideas for the truck camper. So I first started off by drawing out and measuring using these little blue lines, and I think it was like 4, like every 5th line was a foot. So I drew out what a Lear topper would be, the big one, the tall one. So I have the extra 8 inches. Got the big window, small window, and the reason I did this was I started laying some of my other designs underneath it so I could hold it up and see roughly where things would align. You can see once you put some light behind there. So that way I could make sure that my alignment was good. And this was my first drawing. And I thought like this would be a cool cubby. It would block the window, but here's the wheel well, and then, you know, putting in a sink. Here would be some netting, some storage, different ideas. This was going to be like a little electric burner, like a, instead of using gas. After doing the look up on the refrigerator, I realized there's no way to have a cabinet on each side of the truck. You lose too much room in the middle. So if I want to have enough room for a bed for my wife and I, or just myself, I'm going to really need to only have the cabinet on the one side. So I came up with my second design. And here it is. And this one takes into measurement the size of the cooler and how much space it would need to be back before it hits the wheel well. It won't be all the way up to the top of the wheel well. Trying to save as much of that window as I can. This would cover a little bit of the window. So this would be the height. This would be the regular countertop right here. And then this is the lip of the truck. Again, storage there, storage underneath here. This would be open, and this is reserved for the power, whatever I end up using. If it's a Jackery, if it's my own setup, you know, putting a couple lithium 12-volt batteries in here and an inverter and charge controller, solar panels on the roof. We'll see how that all goes, but I'm still doing my research on this part. Definitely picked out my sink, and this is just going to pour to underneath the truck. Could put a bucket or a 3-gallon thing of water, just empty, and just have the gray water go there. Really just be used for washing dishes, or just, it's really convenient having a sink, and I have the counter space for it since we're going to have the width on this anyways. So when you look at the width of the cooler, you can see here's a 11-inch sheet of paper. You can see if this is butted up with a board right on the end, which would be right up against the side of the truck, it's going to come out probably about 14 inches by the time there's a board here. And then my idea would be this right here would be sitting on a shelf, so I could grab the handle right here and pull, and the whole cooler would come out, so you could get food without having to go into the truck, and then it would just push back in its place. The other reason I'm kind of not really sure what I'm doing yet is I may choose the smaller topper, so it has a flat top, so I can put the solar panels on it. I could put a roof rack on it. I have an awning, different things. Not quite sold on the idea of the bigger topper. I have not purchased yet. I have priced it out. Pre-COVID, they were like $2,200. They're $3,600 installed right now. I'm not ready to make that kind of purchase. But I want to get everything ready. I have a tonneau cover on my truck, and I think that I could build everything, including fitting the refrigerator, but I wouldn't be able to leave it in there. I think I could fit this and build the entire truck camper prior to getting a topper, and then kind of measure the size that I'm going to have inside, and then decide whether I want the bigger one or not. I'm going to leave that decision for last, as that is by far the most expensive part of this build. Hey, let's do a quick update. So refrigerator's been running all night. Let's take a look. It says right now it's at 30 degrees. Got a nice little light there. I mean, I guess I seen it, didn't know how bright it would be. Yeah, so ice cold. I can't see why this wouldn't be the perfect refrigerator for our trip. Have to see how long it lasts from a durability standpoint, but overall, I think this one is good to go. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Any of the products that are in this video, refrigerator, cooker, the accessories in the truck, floor mats that I put in before, I'll make sure I put in all the links in the description in case you're interested in those. And look forward to the next adventure together. Bye.